Hi guys, welcome to A7's tips and tricks videos for Chalet. Now we're only going to be going over Chalet here just because I think I'll do a series of every single map, and the reason that being is there's just so much small stuff in every single map that you can learn from. Alright, the first thing we're going to go over is holding upstairs and holding Solarium while the bomb is upstairs. Now first thing I like to do is I like to make these holes right here. One is it adds pressure to anybody trying to get into Trophy. So Trophy is a huge thing that people try to hold, and they always try to hold it from downstairs. Now usually I'll have some like barbed wire or a beeper here on stairs. Then I'll also have this window kind of cracked open, and either they'll drone you and they'll just pre-fire you the whole time, and you're just going to stand here and wait for the sound cue of them hopping in. Then you'll swing and get a free pick every single time. Every time. But when doing this, you also have to make sure you break the glass. Now, the reason you break the glass here, and don't mind even if these holes happen here, they can't see you when you're standing here, is because if they rappel up, you can hear them. So when you hear them rappel up, you can back up, you can just give it up. There's no reason you really have to play these holes. It's more of just a cheeky kill. See it? Is if you go all the way back here and you line yourself up, you can see them doing upside down rappels. Now I like to kind of hide in this bush here, in this little hanging plant, because it's harder for them to see you. If you shoot it, it makes your line of sight a little clearer, but they can see you clearer as well. So I like to hold just a tight little pixel right here and then wait for them to swing, and then, you know, it's a free pick every single time. Last tip of this is when people want to hop in through K9 Valk, usually when they're attacking up here in Master, and when that window's open, they want to hop through. If you pop this hatch and you go back in this corner, you can see their heads poke through as they jump in. Now you have to be able to hit your shot, and it's kind of a difficult shot, but if you can do it, people never drone down here and they can never see you, and it's a free pick every time. You can also, to avoid getting droned, is move over here to the right a little bit, or to the left rather, and you get a way better view of the window, plus the drones won't peek over this ledge and drone you out. Alright guys, next up is going to be when you guys are holding downstairs and you're usually playing up in Trophy. So what I like to do when I'm playing up in Trophy is I always pop this hatch. I always put these holes here, because if I hear they're pushing this and they're pushing me out hard, I'll just go up here and I'll play it. And you can just sit here and watch them hop in. When they're pushing downstairs, they're not looking for holes up top. Now, as you get higher ranks, people are going to look for it, but you can also use that. You can just stay right here, and as they shoot that, you can swing. And or you can just wait for the sound cue of them hopping in, and you get another free pick. Also, another thing I like to set up before the round begins is I like to set up this one little hole. It does not need to be big. Do not make it big, else people will see it. This right here is the garage hallway. So the door is right underneath me. As they walk through, they can barely aim up, and you just shoot them as they walk through. Again, you can also use this as bait. Something I love to do is I like to make a lot of noise right there, and as people come in, and I'll make sure trench is clear, I'll swing this and get a free pick as they're aiming up and trying to shoot me there. A spawn peek that I believe does not get used enough is going to be the one on car garage door. And the reason I say that is because all you have to do is break out the 4th and 5th panel, and right here, if you just lean right, you can see them running out of spawn. Now, of course, you have to be able to hit your shots. I recommend aiming for the head here because they do move quick, but you can see them start to run right here, and then they cross all the way across. Now, again, if you can hit your shot, that is a free pick every time. Nobody ever looks at this. Whenever they're swinging this right here, they're always looking at the trophy window. Also, a lot of times they'll pre-fire the doors, the double windows, rather, above you, all the way in Solarium. And you can hear that, and then you can peek the rock right here and get a free pick. Now, keep in mind, if you are like this, they can see your feet from the top of the rock. So I recommend getting back in this corner and leaning right, and then you can see. If you're leaned left like this, they can see your feet from the top of the rock. So you always want to make sure you're stuck in the corner and leaning right. My other favorite spawn peak is going to be over here outside of bar in mud room. One thing I like to do right here is I'll come up to the window. This isn't a common spawn peak. I don't see a whole lot of people do it, but it is so useful. What you'll do here is you want to, right as the timer hits 0 seconds, you want to break the window and the glass. You have to make sure you break the glass as well, because the sound cue of them running, you aim right here and they always run across the screen. A lot of times I might pre-aim this, but usually when they pre-aim this, they are looking at that window here, and they're not expecting the spawn peak here. Also, when the barricade is up and you have that nice little slit poked in it, you can hear them either walk through here or you can hear them running over here. Now, a lot of people in lower ranks like to use this ladder to get up to the library window. So if you stay right here, you'll get another free pick of them going up the ladder. And even there's times where I've gotten 2 or 3 people going up this ladder or just running across in general. My last defending tip on this map is going to be either when you're holding, like I said, you could do these holes here and you can look at the window, but you can also go into this corner, pop the hatch, and look down on the door. As they walk in, usually nobody's sprinting in there, you can get a free pick as well. I hope those tips on defense helped you out, and let me know if these actually get you some free kills. When attacking upstairs K9, a lot of people like to push up onto K9 Balk. What I like to do here, it's almost a free pick every time, is your drone can stay right here and it will not be seen. You can see directly into piano, which a lot of people play behind. Now, if this barricade isn't broken open, you can go up to it and get as far up next to it, shoot it open, and you can just pre-fire somebody and right there. Something I like to do a lot that a lot of people don't do is I'll sit outside right here, I'll sit close to the door, and I'll have my drone. Whenever I see somebody stop moving right behind the barricade, say somebody stops moving right here, I'll just pre-fire them right through the barricade. It's something that does not be utilized enough, and I think if you guys start doing that, you guys will see how many free picks you guys actually will start getting. Drone can hide. One thing that I like to do the most whenever I'm attacking is I almost always place a drone right here. This is common in higher ranks, but I know in lower ranks when I do solo queue that people don't find this. You just hop up on this little plant here, and then you can hop up on this beam, and now you can put your cam, and you can watch the whole thing. If you angle just enough, you can watch Blue Stairs flank along with all of the library hall. A huge drone spot that I almost put my drone every single round. I go over here, I'll drop down, I try not to break that window, I put a claymore down, and then I will break this barricade. Then I'll make it very apparent that I'm running to the other window. I'll make sure to put a claymore here. And there's been a lot of times when I'm running across this, somebody will jump out behind me and I'll get a free pick on the claymore. Now you have to make sure you put the claymore down on this window before you break it, else you'll get picked. Now you can swing this a few times, see if anybody's there. You can hold this super tight pixel into piano. But what I like to do here is I'll back up to make sure I can't get seen by the door, or by the window, and that window there. So I'll sit right here, I'll crouch, and I'll get on my trusty cam. And what I'll do a lot of times, it's kind of a bait, I know, is I'll sit on this camera. I'll make some noise, I'll hop off, I'll shoot that a little bit, I'll get on my camera again, and usually, if we don't have control of library, some defender's gonna come over here, break this window, and I see them running over there, so I'm already sitting here waiting. As soon as they break it, it's a free pick every time. Another one that I put that nobody ever notices is down here. This is what I do almost every Chalet match. I will put my drone right here on top of this bear's head, and I'll rush in through mud. You have the hallway that you can see, and you can see, if you have a teammate, somebody watch this drone and make sure they don't flank all the way up, and then you push it. Alright guys, to show you what that blue rush is going to look like, I don't shoot this barricade open, I only melee because it's quieter. And usually, I'll have my teammate, if I'm in a 5-stack, sit on this camera. If not, I will check it before I hop in. And to make sure nobody's sitting in this corner, I just throw a drone right there, and then I wait. If they move or if they shoot it, free pick. But again, somebody sits on this camera right here, and you can hear when people are running on that carpet. So, you hop in. First thing you're going to look at is going to be this door here. And then you swing this door to make sure nobody's holding you there. Nobody's ever going to be on these stairs. You hardly ever have to check it because of that camera and your teammate sitting on it. He's going to be able to hear people running down these stairs or running up the bottom stairs. So then, usually once I clear those two things, I just back up while my teammate's on the camera. Once I'm clear, you can crouch. You can see into sight right here. Usually if nobody's holding it, you just walk down and you're into sight. Just like that. Now from here, it's just hitting your shots. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any idea what map you guys want to see next, please let me know. I'm happy to do all maps that are in the competitive rank. I'm not going to be doing stuff like House or Hereford Base or anything like that, mostly because I don't know the tips and tricks of that map because I purely just play ranked. So if you guys think of any other maps you guys want me to show you some tips and tricks on next, I'll make sure to do whichever one pops up in the comments section first. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope these tricks and kind of clever angles get you guys some free picks.